The X-Arm from RP Visuals is a robust mounting system for large flat panel displays, providing up to 20 inches of lateral movement, allowing for recessed or flush mounting. It utilizes precision fabricated components and assembly for smooth, reliable operation. This video will guide you in the installation and operation of the X-Arm mount. Recommended tools and hardware: a power drill, measuring tape, a leveling device, a 3 to 4 foot ledger board. This can be a 2x4 or similarly straight and rigid lumber, painter's tape, and permanent attachment hardware. 3/8-inch lag bolts are typical for wood-framed walls, but RPV does not make any specific recommendations on permanent hardware, type, or frequency of attachment. Consult your structural engineer or general contractor for specific recommendations. Included hardware: 1 X-Arm back frame. This is the main mounting assembly. 1 display adapter. This piece mates to the display and hooks onto the back frame. 1 latch release arm. This is an extension arm for releasing the latching hook mechanism. 1 latch release lever. This handled lever inserts into the latch release arm and unlatches the hooks. 4 M8 socket head cap screws. 4 M6 socket head cap screws. 6 M6 socket head cap screws. 1 6mm and 1 5mm hex driver, and a printed instruction guide. Step 1. Check shipping crate and contents. Open shipping crates and verify the equipment specified matches what you have. Note that some parts may look different or may already be assembled. Step 2. Install latch release arm. If your product shipped with the latching arm pre-installed, you can skip this step. The latching arm extends the release mechanism to an easily accessible location just below the display. It attaches to the X-Arm back frame with 6 M6 screws in 2 different locations. Step 3. Measure and mark installation location. Find the area on the wall where the display will be mounted. Mark the installation location of the back frame using included schematic drawing for reference. Mark the stud locations or center lines with painter's tape and use a straight edge or a laser to mark a line over the tape. Step 4. Install temporary support. Install a temporary ledger on the wall to support the X-Arm back frame while marking locations for the permanent fasteners. Use a straight ledger board 3 to 4 foot long or at least as long as the width of the mount. Measure and attach the ledger to the wall just below where the mount will be installed. It's very important to install the ledger at the precise height and to ensure that it is level. With the support ledger installed, the back frame will rest against the wall at the proper height with freedom to slide left and right into its final mounting position. Step 5. Position back frame. Lift the X-Arm back frame onto the temporary support ledger. Shift it left and right into the proper position. Mark the positions for the permanent attachments. Step 6. Install permanent fasteners. Double check measurements and install permanent attachment hardware. Step 7. Remove support ledger. Step 8. Load testing. Extend the X-Arm out into the full service position and apply downward force simulating the load of the display. The purpose of this test is to verify that the mount is securely fastened to the wall and that the wall is stable before attempting to attach the display. Step 9. Install display adapter. Attach the display adapter plate to the back of the display using the supplied hardware. Note the correct orientation of the adapter is with the hooks at the top side of the display. Step 10. Attach display to mount. Carefully lift the display into position and insert the display adapter hooks over the mounting pins on the back frame. Step 11. Adjusting the pitch. Measure the pitch angle of the display and adjust until the display is 90 degrees vertical. Tighten the bolts to lock the display into position. Step 12. Latch Release Operation. To unlatch the display, insert the latch handle into the latch release lever at the bottom of the latch release arm. Turn the lever to the left to release the retaining hooks. The display should now be free to extend out from the wall. To return the display to closed position, simply push the display back until the retaining hooks latch into place. Step 13. Latch Sensitivity Adjustment. If the retaining hooks do not latch into the closed position, or if it is difficult to release from closed position, then the retaining hooks may need to be adjusted. Turn the adjustment screw on top of the back frame to raise or lower the retaining hook. Setting the hook higher will ensure it latches, but will require additional force to latch or unlatch. The ideal height is just below flush with the surface. Step 14. Install and route cables. Finally, install and route display cables with the X-arm fully extended in the service position. This will ensure there is sufficient length on the cables to fully extend the mount.